In the beating heart of Buenos Aires, on December 17th, 1936, a boy was born who could never have imagined the role he would play in world history. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the son of Italian immigrants, grew up in a vibrant and tumultuous Argentina, in the humble streets of a working-class neighborhood, breathing the Catholic faith as naturally as air, unaware that this same faith would one day make him one of the most powerful voices on the planet. As a young man, he worked as a chemical technician and even as a nightclub bouncer, living a life full of struggles, doubts, books, and soccer. But at the age of 21, after a severe illness that led to the removal of part of one lung, he heard, in the silence of suffering, a profound inner calling. He entered the Jesuit seminary, drawn by their life of simplicity, obedience, and devotion to the poor, and from that moment on, his soul burned with the unquenchable flame of service. Ordained a priest in 1969 and later appointed provincial of the Jesuits in Argentina during the dark years of dictatorship, Bergoglio faced moral and political storms with austere humility and an inner strength that would shape his character for life. He loved walking among the people, taking public buses, hugging strangers, listening to those without a voice. As Archbishop of Buenos Aires, he rejected the comforts of power. He lived in a small apartment, cooked his own meals, and moved without escorts. From the altars of his city, he preached through action, caring for the poor, visiting slums, raising his voice against corruption, inequality, and indifference. He never sought the spotlight, but his light was too bright to stay hidden. Then, on March 13th, 2013, on a gray afternoon that would be remembered for centuries, the world held its breath. From the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica appeared a man dressed in white, without gold or grandeur, and with a humble smile he simply said, "Buenos Aires." It was Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the first Jesuit pope, the first Latin American pope, and the first to take the name Francis, in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, symbol of peace, humility, and love for the poor. From that moment, the Catholic world and the entire planet was transformed. Pope Francis burst forth like a whirlwind of tenderness and reform, embracing the marginalized, washing the feet of prisoners and refugees, denouncing abuses of ecclesiastical power, asking forgiveness for the Church's failures, and speaking boldly about climate change, structural poverty, interfaith respect, and human dignity. With his encyclical Laudato Si, he stirred global consciences and called humanity to care for the earth as our common home. With Fratelli Tutti, he cried out for a universal brotherhood without walls or exclusions. His papacy has not been free of criticism, tensions, or challenges, but his path has remained steady, sincere, and profoundly human. He has not tried to be a hero, but a servant. His smile, his tired yet luminous gaze, his way of speaking from the heart, have touched millions. And even now, in his 80s, he continues on with firm steps, guided by unshakable faith and a love that embraces all. For Pope Francis is not just a religious leader, he is a living testimony that compassion, humility, and hope can indeed change the world. His story, woven with tears, courage, tenderness, and prophetic spirit, is far from over. It is an open song, a walking prayer, a living example that holiness can be clothed in simple gestures, in worn shoes, and in words whispered to the ear of those who need them most.